Hello all, Jessie B. Scrapbooking back with another process video. And you can see here I have done a lot of fussy cutting. I've taken these 3 pages from this paper pad that I love, and I cut out flowers, lots of flowers, for this sketch right here. Here is my background paper, and this will be the bottom stripe that you see in the sketch there. I really like the way these 2 colors match, but the stripes really gives it some definition. Here's the picture I'm going to be using of my daughter. She sent me a Snapchat, but I'm going to cut it about here. She was in quarantine in college because one of the teams they played had gotten COVID, so it put her whole team into quarantine, and yeah, she was very, very bored. So that is the story I want to document. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this paper here at 3 inches. I thought about it later. I probably could have gotten away with 4 pretty easy, but I'm not going to cut my circle or picture into a circle. So I'm thinking that the 3 inches will work perfect because it stands up a little taller. I am just going to audition my flowers around to see exactly where I want to put them. I sped this part up a little bit because it's quite tedious as I kind of fuss around and place them in different spots. And they don't end up exactly in the same spots as I have them here, but pretty close. And there's part of my title. The rest of it will be on top of the picture or above the picture. But I just like how all 3 of these papers they all have the same flower, but they're all just a tiny bit different. There's ones with the purple, and then there's the bigger yellow ones, and then the little bitty yellow ones. And then these that I'm sprinkling around right now also came from one of those papers. And they're tiny, tiny little bitty flowers. And I really, really like the way that they make movement on the page. You see there, I took a picture of how I wanted it to be before I dumped them off and started gluing. And that did help get me started about putting them back where I wanted them, since I do move everything. I don't keep them exactly, but it helps if you take a picture and you have something to refer back to. I decided that I needed something more between these 2 stripes than just the flowers. So I went over to my washi bin and I found this beautiful washi here with tons of little flowers in the same colors. And so I thought it would be perfect just to tie those together. So I'm cutting off the end where I wanted it to tuck down, and now it'll just sit there, so it'll look like it's tucked under that washi tape, even though it's not. Okay, so now is the tedious work of starting to glue everything down. And I do mostly my ATG for this, and I even cut out, square bits that were on the flowers on the edges, because I knew that I'd be tucking it, and so it wouldn't matter if parts of it were missing. And so I use all the those. That's what I was doing, was trimming this one so it looks good. I didn't realize how close my camera was zoomed in, so you're going to miss what I do off camera a little bit, but basically I'm just cutting little pieces of foam, and I'm gluing up just the petals of the earth, popping up just the petals of the flowers. So I'll lay a piece of ATG down and then lay that right onto the base of my paper, and so it looks like it's like underneath that washi tape, and then I pop up the petals on the top to give it some dimension. And then I'm trying to figure out where I want these other flowers to go. But when I get to those ones, if it's a whole flower, I take and I just pop up the whole thing on that fun foam that I got at Walmart. It's sticky on one side, so I use one side of it to stick it down to the flower, and then I just use my ATG or my liquid glue, whichever one I happen to grab, and I glue it down. Alright, so here it starts coming together. I really, really like this sketch. This is a sketch from 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, and I'm still playing along for the most part. I've missed a couple days here and there, but I am having so much fun with this. I'm going to keep trying to keep up on it. So if you want to participate too, you can go on to Instagram and use the hashtag 30DSCBL7, and that is the hashtag you can use, and everyone can see your beautiful work that you do, and you can see everyone else's amazing projects that they've been doing with these sketches. It has been so much fun. And she also has a Facebook group you can go and ask to join, and there is amazing inspiration on there. Okay, so I'm still just gluing down flowers, and these, I really like the softness of these flowers, and this picture is really funny because we had been talking back and forth, and she had been stuck in her room for 2 weeks, and I think this was only like maybe day 3 or 4, and she was going insane. So I think it was, she wrote something on the bottom of her Snapchat. It said that she was dying inside a little each day or something like that, meaning she wanted the sunshine and she wanted to be outside, and you know, it was winter. It was right before Christmas break, but she just was, yeah, she wanted fresh air. She doesn't do well being cooped up. And so I told her you can always find a reason to be happy. And so that ends up being my title. And it worked out cute. And she did good. She made her 2 weeks of quarantine, no problem, and came home, and then was able to go back to school after Christmas and finish out her basketball season. And they did awesome, and nobody else got sick that I know of. So they all had a very good year. So here I am putting more flowers down on by the picture, and I really just want it to look like she's nestled into all these flowers, and they just kind of are giving her a hug. And I stick really close to the sketch. I think other than keeping my picture in a rectangle, but I don't think that picture would have done well being cut down into a circle. So putting up some foam under all the layers, and it really helps it give it that three-dimensional look. And it doesn't take much, and I'm not going to glue the foam down onto the paper on camera. I'll go back in later and do that, but I do glue the foam bits to the flowers, and then I glued the top one up. And I'm sorry about my camera shaking. I didn't realize I hit it and yeah, that it was wobbly that bad. I'm so sorry. But here I am gluing on the title. And for some reason, I think I forgot to turn my camera back on when I was gluing down all the little bitty flowers that are sparkling down around her, or falling down, or whatever. I'm not sure what the word would be for that. But, yeah, so I have the little pink and yellow flowers already on there, and now I'm just putting the rest of my title on. And I put, yeah, that word in the wrong spot, so reasons B2 is what it was going to say, so I was able to fix that. There we go. And including the rest of my title on the bottom here. And that title I just fussy cut from one of the cut aparts in the same paper pad. I believe that yep, that's it. So here you can see those little bitty tiny flowers that I fussy cut out and the title. And I really, really like it. I hope you do too. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. God bless.